Big win by our guys tonight, especially coming off the last two losses, and to come back and play a good Phoenix team and beat them at home. Obviously being down in the first half, the way we were and responding in the second half was huge. I told our guys, the thing that I was most excited about is in the first half, I think they had 42 points in the paint, which, not good. They're on track for 84, if my math is right, and that's not good. But our guys did a fantastic job in the second half, limiting them to 14 points so they were more aware of what they were doing to hurt us in the paint. You know, we didn't have as many blow-bys or middle drives, and then we handled the pick and roll in the pocket a little bit better in the second half. And then, you know, also when you play a really good team, you're going to have to try to find a way to win the possession game. And, you know, one of the key factors of that is the turnovers. And for us to play, you know, 48-minute game and have 4 turnovers for 4 points, it was huge, especially with the way that they were capitalizing off of the offensive rebounds that they were getting. So a lot of good performances. HB stepped up, especially late in the game with some big buckets, some big free throws. You know, he made a couple. He made 4 after missing those 2. And then, you know, Kevin was fantastic. Kevin really shot the ball well and got us in a lot of our backside action that we get with him and Domas, and which caused a little confusion from time to time, and got some guys some good looks. So really good team win for us, especially with the way that we played in that first half.
So, Mike, what did you see in that third quarter where things really shifted in your favor? Did it just take a couple buckets to be hit, or was it more of a, you know, Davion was obviously pretty special defensively at certain moments. Where did you kind of see that tide shift?
I really thought our intensity or sense of urgency was a little better, especially defensively. And, you know, we had good looks in the first half. They just didn't go in, but which happens at times. But what really hurt us was their ability to get into the paint, whether it's off the dribble drive and ISO situations, off a poor closeout of ours, or hitting it big in the pocket in the pick and roll game. And that was a little deflating, and our energy just didn't, or sense of urgency defensively just didn't look right. And you know, it took a couple of shots to go in, but more importantly, I thought we started playing with a sense of urgency, and then when the crowd got into it, it really heightened that and got us excited on both ends of the floor to get us over the hump.
Mike, that first half, Kevin said the energy felt weird.
Yeah.
And what did you say to your team at halftime? What to get them started? Because it really did look like a monster shift coming out of the third. And then, if you don't mind, if you have an update on De'Aaron.
I don't have an update on De'Aaron. I know I saw Monty after the game walking back. He said Foxy really wanted to go back out there, you know, and they had to hold him back, you know, just but that was the only thing that he said to me. I'm sure we'll get a better update as the night goes along. But basically, the 2 biggest things that I talked about were we weren't doing a good job physically on the glass. I mean, they were kicking our behind on the glass in that first half. And then second, I felt we weren't doing a good job containing the dribble drive and or our closeouts the right way. They were getting into the middle of our paint and breaking us down defensively. And you know, I even told him before the game, I said, you know, come playoff time, you got to have a sense of physicality. And we didn't have that in the first half. And I said, just in general, but more importantly when it comes to rebounding. And we didn't have that in the first half. And after reiterating it at halftime, our guys went out there and got it done. So, you know, you feel good about that because they responded the right way to the areas that we were suffering the most in.
Mike, you touched on this a little bit, but as you guys are gearing up for the playoffs, so is this crowd, the impact of the crowd on that third quarter run. How significant does that energy that they bring affect that kind of run that you put together?
I mean, it's huge. You know, I've had many opposing coaches tell me throughout the course of the year, not just obviously tonight with tonight's crowd, but throughout the course of the year, that it sounds like a playoff game in here, you know, and they're obviously regular season games, and you know, I mean, it's no different from back in the day. In Arkwell, the only thing is they got the one big cowbell at the beginning of the game that they allow the high money people to come ring. But that might kill me on that one. But the cowbells were back in the day right behind the bench, and other than that, the energy is off the charts in this building, and that's what makes this place special, is the fans that come and support us day in and day out.
Coach, in that second half, we saw a lot of HB and Davion on Phoenix's backcourt. Just how much importance was their attention to detail, discipline, and physicality?
Well, Davion can guard almost anybody. Again, that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to shut them down, but when Davion's guarding somebody, you don't have to work, and Davion brings a sense of physicality to every possession defensively, where he does it with his chest. He does it the right way, and H is a vet that's guarded everybody in this league multiple times, so he's got a good feel for positioning and guys' moves and all those other things, and he's long as well, and so to throw those two guys on Chris Paul and Book was something that we needed to do, because Book was kind of having his way with everybody. I thought Kessler did a nice job on Book too. Again, you're not stopping a guy like that, but to be able to throw multiple bodies at Book to where hopefully he doesn't get a rhythm was necessary, and so we did move those two around a lot in the second half.
Hey Coach, Kevin said that he's made it an emphasis this season to try and contribute in other ways than shooting, and even said that you've kind of been on him and the guys to improve their rebounding and stuff like that. Tonight he did his, he filled up the stat sheet, he had 9 rebounds, that block, and 5 assists. What did you think of his overall performance? And also, I know you talked a little bit about, his shooting, but how important is him contributing in other points of, in other areas, especially down the stretch?
He's 100% correct, and we've had a couple of discussions during the course of the year, because there were times when he wasn't on the floor at the end of games, and I told him, obviously we know he can all shoot and play make, but we need him and Malik and the rest of our guards to get in there and mix it up and come up with some rebounds. And his ability to rebound tonight was extremely impactful in terms of us getting a win. Obviously, I talked about his shooting and his playmaking, but getting 9 offensive boards was huge, and we need, not that he can get 9 every game, but we need him to stick his nose in the right way every game, because we're not a huge team, and we're not naturally gifted when it comes to that across the board. Domas has a nose for the ball, but other than that, nobody else really does. So we have to do it collectively as a group, and to have a guy like Kevin step up and get 9 rebounds tonight was really, really big.
Mike, were you relieved to hear what Monty had to say about De'Aaron, or is there still some level of concern, just what that might look like in the days ahead?
Yeah, because until I get a quote-unquote official report, I mean, there's always concern, in situations like that. But like I said, we'll wait and see what they say, and then kind of go from there.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.